Hello, welcome to Manifest Wisely. I'm going to do another quick reading. I feel like the new moon this month has just been a little overactive on the energy, so dipping on in. So if this doesn't resonate with you, don't sweat it. May not be your message. But if it does, go ahead and like the video. Feel free to subscribe and drop a comment. I try and read the comments as I can. It's easier on the laptop than on the app on the phone. So if you do leave a comment and I'm only on my phone, then I'm not going to see it. So I apologize. So Spirit, what do we have for this collective? Chariot. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. There we go. Jeez, cards are fine. Nine of Pentacles as well here. Pre-Empress energy. Emperor wanted to come out in reverse. Aries at the solar plexus. Have you been feeling blocked creatively? Emperor came out in the last read also. You could be dealing with an Emperor. Are you this Emperor collective? So have you been feeling stuck? Has something been making you feel stuck? Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like some of you are really kind of struggling maybe over, some kind of breakup, some kind of heartbreak, some kind of heartache, something that like you really wanted and it just didn't turn out. And right now it's kind of like all those voices in your head and like this sucks. Yeah, and sometimes it's just how it is, but don't like sit and marinate in that forever, I think is what Spirit's saying. So what is in the throat chakra? The Five of Pentacles. So yeah, if you didn't get something you wanted, then it feels stunted, you feel left out of the situation. Could be. I wonder if this is a reading for Cancer since Cancer's card came out first. Maybe you have Cancer in your chart. Ooh, here we go. Eight of Cups want to come out. So, Eight of Cups in your vision. Eight of Cups came out in the last reading as well. So you're starting to, like the Johnny Cash song, not Johnny Cash, Johnny Nash. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And that's something that the supermoons help us kind of like go through. It's kind of that shedding that snake skin, if you will. Yeah, Queen of Swords. So major cutoff game happening here at the Crown. So you might be starting to see things that aren't working for you when you've gone into this isolation period. It's become very clear because when you go into like kind of an isolation period, you're like, well, you know what? Do I really need this in my life? Do I really need that in my life? You start to think about things and say clear the clutter, if you will. And the Queen of Swords is very good at clearing the clutter. And she does it in a very logical way, in a very smart way that suits her so that she can reside peacefully with her bird and not have any drama. Ooh, right? Because this kind of feels like the hurt feelings, all of that. And maybe that's something that, you might need to talk to somebody about that. If you are going through something of that nature, maybe you need to talk to a counselor. Maybe that's one of those things where you want to get a reading from somebody. But I definitely recommend professional services, especially if you're struggling from a mental health perspective. And especially with this Nine of Swords here in the heart chakra, that's kind of how it's feeling. But the thing is, Spirit's saying is you don't have to be alone in this situation. And the abundance is that you seek, it's seeking you because it's already here with the Nine of Pentacles. So if you feel like you have to get this abundance from somebody else, Spirit's saying you don't have to do that because you already possess it. And that might be why the Emperor came out, flying out in the reverse instead of standing upright as the emperor is and should be, because the emperor doesn't need to lie down. Now, does that mean every day is sunshine and roses? No. Okay. And that might be part of what this message is. But remember where your cutoff game is, okay? So let's do a little clarification here. Actually, I'm going to get a different deck of cards. Thank you. Spirit, what can we clarify for this collective? Now, I'm getting like this. Hi-Yo Silver, you know. Seriously, Rhyme Cowboy. Okay, so let's clarify the Chariot. So this is more of a playful energy as well. So that being in your root chakra, maybe think about that. Keeping elements of play in your daily life. You don't have to, not everything has to be so serious all the time. Yeah. So the Page of Wands, that's definitely a youthful type of energy. So that's exactly what I was just kind of speaking of. So look for messages, especially in nature, I feel like, and look for symbols, you know, maybe light some candles as well. Of course, be careful with your candles. You might want to light some incense. I have some sage incense going, which the second I lit it, it was like, oh my God, that's so much better. It just like, you just feel the energy getting cleared. So if that's something that you need to do, make sure you're doing that, and it helps with your intentions, especially with the new moon coming up. So clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Spirit, please, for this collective. Ace of Swords. I have the power. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Power of Grayskull. So, again, like, you already have that power. That was part of, so if you don't know the story of, you know, the Castle of Grayskull, the He-Man comic, you know, Adam was like a prince and he always had the power within him. And it was like, you know, when he got his sword and he like transformed into this hero, okay? So that's kind of the thing that I was talking about before, is like, you know, and maybe this is something where you felt stunted in the past, but look at what you're holding here in your sacral chakra. Like, this is some undeniable abundance and power, really. It's very powerful, okay? And you know, especially when you think about like how society acts and things like that, it's also very powerful. So having mastery over that is very, I would say, important as you're navigating through your journey. So clarify the Emperor, please, for this collective. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's the way. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I like it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, so this Emperor collective, if this is not you, again, it's like, yeah, I know I got my business and I'm, wow, going for it. 10 of Cups. So I think you're going to put these worries aside here with this Nine of Swords and whatever this has been plaguing you, and you're really going to go for what's making you happy here with this 10 of Cups. Because that's what's going to make your heart happy. So definitely lean into that. Yeah, these are all like serious, like kind of power moves, I feel like, that's coming off here in this reading right now. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat, right? Like DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. I was just singing this. Isn't that what they say to the kids? Kids are gonna make me lose my mind. 5 of Pentacles. Spirit, can we clarify, please, for the collective? Thank you. Here you go. Is this the Emperor's reading right here? Aries, You could have Aries in your chart as well. You could be talking with an Aries, definitely somebody who's a big boss man type. So if for some reason you've been feeling cut out, there has been something to do with this Emperor. So something with the communication has been stunted. Maybe they do want to open up a line of communication. It is possible. Obviously, with the rest of these cards here, like these things are flowing in abundance to you. Okay. So clarifying the Eight of Cups, please, Spirit, for this collective. The Six of Cups, yes, coming out of that. So, you know, maybe that's one of those things that you got some clarification on when you were, you know, say out kind of on your journey, say alone, and you're like, well, what do I have here that, you know, I need or I don't need, or, you know, start visualizing, and that is in your third eye. So maybe that's the time when you started to visualize, like, well, what do I actually want my life to look like? And that's why, you know, this is coming up here, this 10 of Pentacles and this 10 of Cups, and saying, yeah, I do want this happy family. I do want this abundance. I do want a partnership. I do want victory and happiness and truth in my life. And I'm going to allow myself, even humble myself to a page level, to hear the messages from the universe that might just be slapping me in the face, and I don't even know it sometimes. Sometimes that happens, and we get so out of alignment that it's like, what's going on? And that's why it's important to, you know, do some of those ceremony things that kind of are grounding. Okay, that's why people do those ceremonial things. That's why people light candles. That's why people burn incense, because it's a grounding activity. It helps to center you, and it can help to do some meditative activities, or if you're into prayer, or, you know, whatever your type of you know, centering, grounding activity is. Okay, so Queen of Swords, please clarify now, Spirit, for this collective. Whew, if this Emperor wants this Queen of Swords, could it be a King of Cups coming towards a Queen of Swords? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, perhaps. And the Emperor is in here a couple times, but you could have water in your chart as well. Definitely check your both Vedic and Western astrology charts to see what resonates best with you. I would love to pull a Moonology card if I can find my Moonology deck here. Yes, I can. Dun, dun, dun. I love this Oracle card deck. I highly recommend it. It has a very nice companion book as well. But if you are into the moon, you know, definitely see how big this sky book is. I mean, a lot of these Oracle decks are like this. So, you know, it just gives you a little something to kind of, you know, get into your affirmations, get into, you know, thinking about, you know, maybe honing in on your purpose, or, you know, maybe, you know, you're somebody that you're going through a transition, and it's like, you know, maybe it's time for something new. And so you can hone in on a new purpose. Not, you know, you're not only here for one purpose in life. That would just be kind of silly and very one-dimensional for very complicated human beings in this lifetime, right? So I don't think, you know, most people can say, I mean, you know, we can say, oh, we're simple creatures, but have you ever dealt with a human being? Like, they're completely unpredictable. Yes, exactly. So, Spirit, what do we have? 14:14 on the clock. I love that doorway. All right. So definitely check for some angel numbers, repeating numbers, and what that significance might be to you. It's time to take action. Aries. Aries was all over this reading, the Emperor appearing twice. So, new moon, which we have in 1, 2, 3 days. So if you've been like, I would really love to, I would really love to, I would really, well, now's the time to take action and say, well, on this new moon, I would really love to light one candle a day, something very simple. Sometimes, we make goals and they're so big that we don't end up taking action and on the subset, on the tasks, on the action items. So this might be one of those things where you do have a goal, like maybe your goal is to eat healthier, and you want to manifest that with this new moon. Well, obviously that's going to take a little bit of work, right? Like, do you have a diet plan? Does that mean you're going to work out? Are you going to, what kind of diet plan? Are you going to, follow it like 5 days out of the week or 7 days out of the week? You know what I mean? When you have some of those things, but that is still part of the process. Maybe you might need a coach for something like that. I've hired coaches before. It's great for accountability. It's great for, bouncing things off of somebody else. And yes, these are all, I always like to say on this channel, it's not rocket science, because it's not. A lot of this stuff, it's not. But it's the way in which some of us learn better to have that kind of accountability versus some of us, hey, if you can go off and independently do that yourself, great. Not everybody can do that, okay? Ain't no shame in that game, so don't let the fear tackle you into inaction, okay? Okay. I think that was the message there. What else do we have for this collective? Sometimes you don't know. I mean, I've started businesses, based upon, I don't know if it was going to work out or not, but I had an interest in it, such as tarot, like I do readings sometimes, not all the time for people, but that's okay. Be bold and make the first move. That doesn't mean that it's not important, all right? So sometimes, yes, making that first move, just going for it, and that's that emperor, okay? That the emperor ain't gonna wait on making moves. They're gonna move when they want to move, okay? So if that is you needing to step into that energy, and maybe that's why when this emperor first came out in reverse, it was like, well, Spirit's saying, yeah, you're the emperor. That's what emperors do. So, One more, please, for this collective spirit. Even a blind man can see it. Yes, that's right. Surrender to the divine. So we do have another full moon this month, making August have the blue moon when we have 2 full moons in 1 month. So as you start to do some new manifestations, you might feel the pull of old cycles and things like that too. But some of that, really what it is, it's just when those old things and old habits are just kind of like shaking off, and it just kind of creates a little like if something fell off this shelf, like here, makes a noise, okay? When we get rid of bad habits, sometimes those make a little rattle or noise, and it's almost like it's a little rattle or noise in our head, because it's like, oh wait, something's missing. It's like something I used to do, but now I'm not doing that anymore, so it's okay, all right? So it's just taking that time to readjust, and that's why, a lot of times people say like diets fail, because, it's easier to go back to that rattle, right, than to the new thing that we just learned that we were so excited about, right? So go ahead, make that first move, step into it. You know what? Even if you fail, you can still try again. There's people that have tried to quit smoking 5, 6, 7 times, and maybe finally on the 7th time they did it. Should they have not tried to quit smoking? Of course not. Of course you should try to quit smoking, because it's terrible for your lungs. It gives you lung cancer and all sorts of other diseases because of all the chemical additives in there and whatnot. Anyway, so if this was your reading, please like, subscribe, drop a comment if this resonates with you. Manifest wisely, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this month. And check out any other readings, and feel free to order a personal reading. I do have an Etsy link that's available if you would like to use it, and that is available in the description, in the channel description, and I do accept tips for donations. So till next time, bye bye.